Hey, what is up guys? DrugX Cyrus is here, and today we're going to be playing some Archage. I don't know too much about this game besides it being an MMO. I think it's an RPG as well. I'm not too sure. But it looks pretty cool, and Trion sent me, well, asked me to come play it in my email. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do just that. So before we start, let me just open up chat so that I can make sure I can see if you guys are chatting to me at all. And then we're gonna, so before we start, let me just open, there we go. And then we're gonna look over each character, see what kind of racial skills they have, see the little description for each one. And fortunately, there's a little video for each race's history. So there's, it doesn't seem like they half-assed the character selection, that's for sure. So this is going to be kind of cool. Alright, let's see, pop out chat. There we go, now I can close this. There we go. Okay, so first guy is a Newian. A Newian. Kind of looks like a paladin of sort, or a dragon knight, or whatever the fucking place. Case. So, its description: we fear no death. That's a good quote. His summary: called the conquerors of the continent, Newians possessed a deeply spiritual culture that revolves around worshipping Nu, the goddess of hereafter. So pretty much the goddess of the future is what I'd get from that. They revere the traditions, beauty, and harmony of their fallen kingdom and fight fearlessly to bring these traits to their new life. That's not bad. Okay, I gotta turn that volume down a bit because that's way too loud. And this one's probably going to be way too loud too, so let's put this one down too. The other stuff we'll have to see once we're in the game. Cinematic, I think it's good. I'm pretty sure Cinematic's good. So yeah, this is what happens when you first gain the game. You gotta first select a server. Now for me, where did the server go? The server I selected is no longer here for some reason. I don't know what happened here. Let's go ahead, log out, and we're gonna log back in to see if it pops back up. Cause that's just kind of weird. I kind of like the name of the server that I chose. So there shouldn't be no reason why I can't keep with it. The server name that I chose was Reckoning. The only other fresh server is Vengeance. I wanted to choose Reckoning basically because I want to make jokes while I'm on the server. Like, this is gonna be the reckoning and shit like that. Just little weird things. But yeah, I don't know why it's not up here in the list no more. What's going on here? Trion Worlds. That's the developers. XL Games. That's the publisher, I assume.
Achieved with CryEngine.
That's the source engine that they're using. Yeah, it fucking disappeared. What the oh, okay, no. It's right at the top. There we go. Okay, so it didn't disappear. Players with Trion accounts created on or after blah blah blah. Can choose either a legacy or fresh start server. No account can have characters on both legacy and fresh start servers. New accounts can only use the type of server that created the first character on. So, in other words, so these servers restrict the other classes. That's weird. Why would you ever want to do that? So basically, if I choose a fresh server, I can only go on fresh servers. If I choose a legacy, I can only go on legacy. I won't be able to go on fresh. So we're gonna definitely choose the fresh server. Start out with whoever's fucking, you know, there. Alright, so for some reason it defaults us to the dwarf. Most likely won't be picking the dwarf though. I never really liked the dwarf classes in any game. Your little cat move on the way in there. Okay, thereafter, they revere the traditions, beauty, and harmony of their fallen kingdom and fight fearlessly to bring these traits to their new land. Racial skills. First one, warrior, architects, range, caster only, instant, 30-minute cooldown. Frequent rebellions and civil wars have led the Neans to become quick builders, reducing construction time for houses and casters 30% for 5 minutes. So warriors can build, apparently. It's kind of weird. Caster only, instant, News Blessing, 30-minute cooldown. News Blessing increases strength, spirit, intelligence, stamina, and agility plus 8% for 5 minutes. Effect gradually decreases. Can't be used during news consolation buff. Hey, so the Neon Alliance, Neons, Elves, and Dwarves, and the Heran Yan Alliance. Farron, Herani, and Warborn. Are hostile to each other and begin their adventures on different continents. They also can't chat without learning the other alliance's language. Oh, cool! So we can actually learn each other's, each alliance language, so that you can actually speak to your enemies. That is a pretty cool feature. I really like that. That's where World of Warcraft kind of fucked up. Is they didn't give the ability to like learn different languages. Like say if you're human, to be able to learn an orc language, so that you could actually like go and trade with your enemies, or be able to like just speak down to your enemies. It's a cool little feature that this game has. Hey, so let's check out the video, and while we check out the video, I'm gonna of course have my little toke, and hopefully it's something good. So let's see.
Nuyans have never found fear in the thought of death. How could they? Their patron deity is the goddess of the hereafter. Death means reuniting with her. She who, as a living goddess, gave her life to save all people. With the last wisps of energy in her divine soul, she sent all races to a new land. Everyone lost their old kingdoms, their old gods, and their old heroes.
Yeah, you guys didn't see that.
But none felt this loss as keenly as the followers of Nui. Some would have even preferred to follow her to the hereafter. I was one of them.
It's basically she opened up a portal for all the people to go through.
On their
which is that
new
portal you see
continent,
there.
the Nuyans found
And
nothing
then
but ancient, untamed
She just
wilds.
like scattered into dust somehow.
They dreamt of their
after
magnificent
they all,
civilization
entered
back
it.
on Aurora.
It was weird. It was weird.
But their reality had shrunk to leaky lean-tos and rocky fields that would not yield. The elemental specters that had ruled the area for eons tormented Nui's chosen endlessly. They reigned from an ancient labyrinth hidden in the forest.
Good to know.
The powerful Archmage Solzrian led an assault on the maze, wresting control from the spirits. The elemental specters retreated. They knew that the owner is always he who holds the key. Solzrian built a grand castle over the labyrinth, declaring whoever conquered it would be king. Following this rule, the Nuyans reclaimed some form of glory and learned to love their new land. However, roads remained smooth only for so long. A young upstart shunned the labyrinth and rallied an army to conquer the lands he desired. Even the two greatest Nuyan cities fell. He consolidated power, dubbing his kingdom Two Crowns, and forged a new kind of peace. Until tragedy struck again, a royal assassination. The Nuyans struggled to carry on. None realized that a dark secret had infected the kingdom, and that was the problem. The Nuyans wasted time battling each other when their real enemy was this tumorous darkness. The Nuyans cried out to their goddess for answers, but received nothing in return.
Because she's dead.
The statues they'd carved simply gazed down at them with a cold, stone benevolence. No other race could ever understand that pain. My pain, the longing for Nui. But no matter what, they are still children of the goddess. Some are even marked with her love. As for me, I will keep my promise to protect them. They just need to remember. The war that began centuries ago is not over yet.
It's a nice story. That's actually a pretty captivating story. I like it. I like the Nuyans. They're like it would be hard. Oh, you could actually spin it. Cool. It would be hard to understand how it would feel like to have to move away from the land that you were born in, where your whole race was born in, and have to go to some foreign land to live there. That would be like the people from third world countries coming to America or Canada, how they would feel. Unless you actually did, it would be a really hard feeling to grasp. They got an interesting history, that's for sure. Okay, the elf. The blood of life is honor. The blood of death, the same. Elves schedule themselves... schedule. Fuck. I gotta learn to read. Elves seclude themselves deep in the forest, avoiding other races as much as possible. Though envied for their beauty, their behavior is considered incomprehensible. Hoping for danger, they feel the ultimate honor is vengeance for their past defeats. I thought they were more peaceful than that. I never remember the lore for elves being so combativeness. Okay, so race. Lift bow, ranger, caster only, 30-minute cooldown. Increases swim speed by 5% and allows you to hold your breath underwater for 30 more seconds for 5 minutes. Oh, okay. lift, float. I thought it was boat. It's float, not boat. That makes more sense then. I was wondering, like, what the fuck does swim speed and holding your breath have to do with the boat? So I had to double check that name there. Hey, and then second ability, Race. Earth Lover. Caster only. Effect range 10 meters. 30-minute cooldown. Increases the maximum health of nearby allies. Okay. Mounts within. Increases their mount's life for 10 minutes. By 10% for 5 minutes. Within 10 meters. Why the fuck would a mount need health? That doesn't make any sense. They could have made her look a lot more beautiful. It's an elf after all. Him too. He looks like a little fucking wimpy boy. Doesn't even look like a fucking beautiful elf. Like, this isn't beauty, this is fucking cute. Nice ash. Birak. Nice legs. A weird looking face. There's something off about their faces. Yeah. I don't get it. But we could probably customize that, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, we didn't check the video yet. Okay, let's check the video.
The elves had always lived in glory. They had never been defeated. Then, a new day dawned. The Grand Elven King, Aranzeb, led his army into an ill-omened battle. He felt it was the last chance to save the war-ravaged land of Auroria. Aranzeb had known Kyrios, his enemy's leader, for decades. However, any affection between them had long vanished. Hate was the only emotion they shared. Hate as well as hurt. When Kyrios finally slew Aranzeb, a dagger of betrayal pierced every elf's heart. Bards had long sung of the beauty of the elves' forest and the sophistication of its people. But that single defeat changed their fates forever. Their forest razed, their palaces reduced to rubble, the elves became refugees. Cloaking themselves in seclusion, they turned their backs on everything, save their memories. Throughout centuries, elven culture has remained frozen. Resentment and anger are passed down through generations like well-polished stones. All young elves devote themselves to the pursuit of revenge, training only in battle. Would Aranzeb be happy to know his people choose to live like this? To abandon all hope of king or kingdom until Kyrios pays for his transgressions? Such questions are considered deeply treasonous. The elders are now all warriors, studying the art of bloodshed instead of philosophy. Their sole purpose is preparing their people for the coming war. Still, they can only do so much. The true future lies in the hands of the young. And secretly, more question the destiny of their race. One youth in particular. He discourages elves from forsaking all other learning, in order to focus only on the past. He knows that at times change comes only through oblivion, but elves have too good a memory. They need to learn that sometimes you must forget in order to live.
Shitty history for the elves. That sucks. Damn. It's cool history there, but sucks that all that shit happened to him. Okay, so the dwarf. He looks so funny. Let's go. Raise foes, raise cities, rejoice in stone. Known for being independent and inventive, dwarves largely withdrew from the rest of the world following the demon war. But with the recent rise of their old foes, the Warborn, the dwarves are returning to Aranor places and politics, bring in new technology with them. Most people assume the dwarves simply want to keep the Warborn in check, but dwarven motivation and ambition are rarely so simplistic. Hey, that's a pretty cool summary for them. Not bad, not bad. Okay, race. Summon Juggernaut, rank 1. Mana 46, caster only. Cast time 1 second. 30-minute cooldown. Activates Juggernaut form for 5 minutes. Only level 30 plus dwarves can learn this skill. Juggernaut form gets stronger as it levels up. That sounds like an interesting ability. Not bad, not bad. Next racial skill. Dwarven Artifice. Caster only, 30-minute cooldown. Decreases decreases machining production time. They're minus 30% for 5 minutes. So it seems like there's going to be like a building feature in this game. With these characters having like building skills and shit. Hey, so let's see the dwarves' race transformations. The dwarf doesn't get a fucking history video. Kinda sucks. And that's how the dwarfs get bigger. There's a little dance when she gets in. Not bad, not bad. I kinda wish there was a fucking, a little history for the dwarf, though. It's like the dwarf's history is just meh. That's what they're trying to tell us. Luckily, the Harani has history. Hey, we may bend, but we do not break. It's not a very good quote. Why would you bend? Don't break or bend. Oh, that looks kind of cool. So they're the Chinese or Japanese or whatever the fuck. But yeah, Harani are survivors in the truest sense of the word. Others may do anything to succeed and meet their goals. meet their gods in the process. But Harani will do anything to live. Practical, cunning, and family-minded, it is no surprise the strength of their new kingdom rivals the strength of the kingdom they lost. Racial skills. Jungle Tamers. 30-minute cooldown, caster only. Decreases the time required for logging trees and gathering herbs. Minus 30% and resets recall cooldown for 5 minutes. Explosive expertise. Caster only, 30-minute cooldown. Increases ship, tank, cannon damage. Plus 3% for 5 minutes. Let's check out his history.
Harani never fight a battle they cannot win. Even centuries ago, during the war between gods and heroes, the other races were destroyed. But the peoples now called Harani were smarter. They knew when to fight and when to pull back, when to survive. Though their palaces on Auroria were razed to dust, this one people remained intact. The goddess Nui tried to save everyone caught in the war, regardless of race. But neither fighting nor fleeing side by side could turn such disparate empires into a family. The survivalists built a new kingdom in their new lands. But again, it was destroyed. Now by an upstart prince. Did they take revenge? Again, no. This prince was powerful, and survivalists do not fight losing battles. They burned their broken
cowards.
flags, left their temples to the wilds, and changed their dynasty. Reborn as Harani, they began building a new and grander kingdom. Surviving and flourishing is the ultimate revenge. Enemies must watch you rise above them. The newborn empire contained barren savannas, verdant plains, icy peaks, and sun-baked plateaus. It was the largest empire built by any race since the Great Exile. It came to rival Auroria in both beauty and prosperity. Then, disaster. The Empress died, and her sole heir vanished. Rival factions split the empire. Many abandoned their homes in the jungle capital. It wasn't seen as a risky move. True survivalists can survive anywhere. Perhaps criminals like the Shadowhawks are the other side of this coin. They too do whatever it takes to survive, to profit, to flourish. They will deal with anyone from king to beggar, knight to thief. What most Harani don't know is that this crime guild carries their true name. On Auroria before the war, the most glorious and legendary survivors were known as Shadowhawks.
Interesting story. This guy seems really cool. Hey, so the Furan. The Furan. Oh my god. Well, I think I'm gonna go on the Haranian alliance. Cat people, man. The Newian alliance doesn't have anything as cool as cat people. Hey, so Furin. Claw to earth, blood to water, fang to wind, fur to fire. That's actually pretty deep. That quote's a lot more deep than it seems. That's an awesome poem. I might choose the cat person. The reckless, nomadic Furin roam the wilds, fueled by dreams of protecting nature and reclaiming. Fueled by dreams of protecting nature and reclaiming their former glory. They believe every life, no matter how small, is not only valuable, but plays a critical role in the natural world, and that every Furin must strive to find their purpose and play their part. She looks so badass. That's fucking awesome. That's such an awesome character model. Male doesn't look too bad, but the face kind of sticks out quite a bit. Okay, so racial skills. Strong claws, caster only 30-minute cooldown, enables you to climb trees and ladders 50% more quickly, and increases move speed plus 10% during a dash for 5 minutes. Second racial skill. Cat-like reflexes, caster only, 30-minute cooldown. Negates falling damage for 5 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Ace. Oh, almost missed out on the fucking video. Let's go ahead and click on that.
An ancient bard's tale once dubbed the Furin the children of the Gale. Furin kits learn to run before they can walk, a must for a race as restless as the wind. Usually settlers record their lives or build towers in the ground, but not the Furin. They see no need for hearth or home, and require little more than dew to moisten their throats and meat to fill their bellies. Centuries ago, when war tore Auroria, the hero Taiyang led the Furin onslaught. It's said that when he fell, slain by his best friend, the plains burst into flame in protest. When the Furin fled Auroria, they left their grief behind. The wind of their new range brushed their tears away. Other settlers were puzzled by the cat people's feral ways, especially the wealthy Harani. Their suspicions jinxed peace from the start. No Harani was ever praised for his genial nature, and the clash with the Furin came swiftly. Though the children of the Gale claimed more victories, their opponent was an entire empire, warring with advanced technology and trained fighters. To stand against such a well-oiled machine, the Furin had to build their own empire. They called it Temi, and for the Harani, victory became even rarer. Fighting their swift, fierce opponents was like fighting a storm. The Harani backed off. Meanwhile, the Furin grew accustomed to their homestead and began assimilating Harani ways. The Harani bided their time, waiting for the Furin to forget how to fight like the wind. This time, when the Harani struck, their domination was absolute. The Temi Empire shattered like ice, sending shards of Furin back to the wilds. But the wind does not stay quiet forever. Nomads again, the Thirin found strength in the plains. They left their grief in the Temi ruins and let the wind brush away their tears. Their power and might rose like a thunderhead. Hundreds of years passed. Seers announced the birth of a new Great Mara. He was to lead the Thirin back to the plains of their ancestors, on Auroria, just as Taiyang had prophesied. The key will be to keep the history of Temi from repeating itself. To reclaim the plains, not by building an empire, but by embracing the wild nature of the wind, by embracing the spirit of Taiyang that still lives in you all.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so last but not least, Warborn. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's devil people. Always we will rise. Always it is dawn. Don't really get that quote. Once slaves to their demonic nature, the Warborn slaughtered thousands. Now they seek to atone for these sins, but their need for redemption has left them as little more than servants to new masters. Perhaps one day, penance complete, they will find a way to be truly free. Okay, so racial skill, Ravager, rank 1, caster only, 46 mana, 30 minute cooldown, activates Ravager form for 5 minutes. Only level 30 plus Warborn can learn this skill. Ravager form gets stronger as it levels up. Root Strength, caster only, 30 minute cooldown, increases move speed by 10% while carrying trade packs for 5 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Baron. The fuck was that? The vitalism skill set is symbolized by Kyprosa, who is asked with guarding. Fuck, why are they? These two little fucking stupid ass purple things. Such a bad fucking design. Why would you put that behind text that you're trying to read? Come on, Trion. Now our disciples heal and revive. Let's see. Instantly restores 122 health. abilities on herself. Summons 4 skewers within 20 meter circle, dealing magic damage. Impaling enemies 2.3 seconds. Prevent all actions. More damage if they overlap. The Ancient Plains warrior Tiang pledged to protect the Farron tribes with title, aim, with true aim and an honest soul. He keeps his pact even in death by bestowing his powers on anyone with pure heart. His disciples use ranged attacks to pursue foes unrelentingly and deal a vicious justice. Come on, Treon, you gotta fix this. This is fucking stupid. Get these fucking little stupid ass purple things out from behind text. Oh. Hey, charge bolts. Fire charged arrow at the enemy, dealing 92 damage. Move speed. And slowing move speed for 2.5 seconds. Cannot be evaded, blocked, or parried. Damage is reduced 20% if the target's within 8 meters. Lifts caster into the air, which counts as an ongoing skill. Increases range, skill range 7 meters, damage 30%, but prevents defense and magic defense from reducing received damage. Prevents movement cancelled by Snipe shoots powerful arrow at chosen target, dealing 585 damage to it and all enemies in the arrow's path. Enemies damaged from snipe are immune to it for 6 seconds. What does that matter? If they're immune to it, that just means other archers can't hit the same target for 6 seconds. He still has a fucking 27-second cooldown on it. Fires lightning bolts to deal 198 magic damage and shock the enemy. Deals 16 magic damage over 8 seconds to shocked enemies. Also shocks all other enemies within 2 meters. But when this skill levels up, it increases damage, but also cast time. Brazier. Freeze your footprints for 9 seconds. The ice freezes any enemy who step on it. But something in 4 seconds melts in 4 seconds. Falls down a meteor, dealing 1,598 magic damage. Damage to all enemies in the target area. Also inflicts truck on all enemies hit for 2.5 seconds. Archage skill set symbolized by Kyrios, the god of destruction, and the devastating attacks of this devotes bombard their enemies mercilessly until finally the foes killed, bleeding and bow before pure destructive victory. What? Spinning attack with up to 3 distinct strikes, each dealing 161 physical damage to many nearby enemies. Attack 1 deals additional damage to shaken targets and trips slowed targets. Attack 2 deals additional damage to trip targets. Attack 3 shoves nearby targets away from you. No cooldown between strikes. Hold down for continuous use. Increases melee attack and magic attack 30 when plus 30 when damage is received. It absorbs 21% of perceived magic damage, increases move speed 5%, or reduces physical defense 10% each time you damage an enemy. Increases battle rage mana cost by 50%. Effect lasts 20 seconds, but increases by 20 seconds per kill. Triggers a high leap that lands at a designated site, dealing 703 physical damage and snaring nearby enemies for 3.5 seconds. Cancel bubble trap, petrify and telekinesis effects. Can't be used while snare duration reduced minus 50% in PvP. Hey, dedicated to melee combat, Battle Rage users focus on closing the distance to their enemy and inflicting maximum damage. Upon arrival, maximum damage upon arrival. Warriors devoted to this skill set learn to cleave through armor, smash aside their enemies' attacks, and enter a powerful frenzy that allows them to shrug off even the most potent spells. Sorcery. This skill set offers the most devastating long-range magic attacks. But the power comes with a price. Skilled sorcery users must learn to plan around their spells' long cast times, calculating the perfect time to freeze an enemy in their tracks or summon a deadly meteor. Archery. Focused on harassing the enemy from afar, archery grants unparalleled control over the battlefield. Talented archers can interrupt enemy spellcasters, damage and disable groups of distant foes, or compromise a key target's defense with the constant stream of arrows. Optimized for combat support, Vitalism was designed for experienced users who can nimbly switch between different weapons for attacking and healing. Masters of this skill set can shift the tide of battle by healing their allies, or turn their power on themselves to survive nearly any assault. Okay, I think we're gonna go with archery. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
You just have to drop me out there and come back.
Just give me a second to turn off my stream.
I think I'll be in the back here.
Yeah.
Come back to the front.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'll be back. I gotta give my dad a ride. Yeah. Once I get back, we'll hop into game and see what happens. Alright, so until next time, guys. Take care and peace out.